What's up, everybody? Y'all know who it is. Y'all got Monopoly, man. Listen, man. You know what we talking about today, man. Again, anger, man. You know what I mean? A lot of stuff that we deal with, you know what I mean, pardon me, a lot of things that we deal with, you know what I mean, that we have to talk about, that be hitting, because, you know what I mean, like, a lot of people is afraid to talk about anger, because we shelter our anger, you know what I mean, because we dealing with emotions, you know what I'm saying, that's another part of the feeling that, you know what I mean, some people can't control, so, well as I, you feel me, like, I'm talking like, you know what I mean, like, I'm talking that shit, but, nigga, I be having anger issues, nigga. You feel me? I be bugging the fuck out sometimes, and that shit ain't healthy because, you know what I mean, it's about growing. But, you know what I mean, y'all already know who it is. Listen, man, we're going to bring our first guest. You know we got guests, man. You know what I'm saying? You know we bringing the people out. You know what I'm saying? I got Masai 13, you feel me? You know what I mean? Part me. My guy Masai 15. You know what I'm saying? Yo, let's give him a warm welcome, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. What's good, my guy?
Bro.
Good shaking, man. Good shaking, man. So, you know what I'm saying, man? Welcome to the show. You know what I'm saying? Welcome to the I Am Angry. You know what I mean? When you come on this show real quick, you know what I'm saying? You're a real person because this is a emotion territory type of place. But, you know what I mean? Go ahead and introduce yourself to the, you know what I mean, to the world, bro.
So, I'm Masai 15 from New Orleans. From New Orleans. Spent a lot of time on the East Coast in Jersey. I'm an artist, and you can find me on every platform, definitely, and on IG, Masai 15 2 _.
You did? So, you know what I mean? Talking to the mic a little bit, get a little closer to the mic. You know what I mean? So, like, so how you feeling today, brother? How you feeling today? How you feeling?
Man, I'm feeling good, bro. I'm feeling good right now, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm working.
Okay, that's
working
good.
hard, bro.
That's good.
Just trying to maintain, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a few questions as we dive in. You know, like, so you came here because you deal with problems like everybody else deal with anger issues.
Right.
So, like, you know what I mean? Where does your anger issue stem from? You know what I mean? From a kid, teenager. You know what I mean? What caused it? You know what I mean? Death. You know what I mean? Lost of friends, family. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
what caused you?
So I'll definitely say that I acknowledge, man, I'm trying to manage my anger, bro. I have a lot of it, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
and
right.
I try to channel it. I just think just my upbringing altogether, but I spent the majority of my life in prison.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, I went into the system when I was young, man. I spent 14 years.
Okay.
And from 17 years old, you know what I'm saying,
Where you did your prison time at?
I did my prison time in Louisiana.
In Louisiana?
Yeah, Louisiana State, Hunts, Cottonport, a bunch of. I've been to probably 12, 13 different prisons.
Right.
Getting shipped all around, man.
Was you like a angry guy there, or that made you angry?
I was an angry guy there.
So the prison brought you out to be angry.
Yeah, and I feel like it was more of a way for me to vent what was already inside of me too, because at that time I felt like I caught 14, bro. Like I felt like that shit was a life sentence.
Right.
So I didn't even
feel
see
like
nothing,
that.
You know what I'm saying? Past
Word.
that, bro. So
That was your first bid?
that was my first bid.
Oh, that's a big number to be. For how old was you?
I was 17.
I hear that, youngins, right? 17. You know what I mean? First bid. You know what I mean? 14. You know what I mean? That's a long home run. But my bad, go ahead, finish what you were saying though. Like,
yeah, but no doubt, definitely, I came up, I grew up in New Orleans, man.
Right.
you know, in a area called the 15th Ward.
Okay, the 15 war. Okay.
Yeah, 15 Ward cutoff, man. And you know, I became a product of my environment, most definitely. Like when you walk out the door, like most hoods in America, you know what I'm saying? Like you had to be equipped. If you wasn't equipped, you was gonna learn to get equipped.
Right,
You
right.
feel what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
So, you know, you learn young. You learn young that you know, it ain't sweet out here in the streets.
Right,
You know what
right,
I'm saying?
right.
So just
That's a
like
fact.
everybody else, you know. So, you know, bro, my anger started building from there. And then, you know, when I went into the system, I was already angry with just my situation
Right.
together. So, you know, I've been it a lot, man. Like, you know, I was serving 85% of my sentence. So
Right.
I lost all that good. I lost the good times.
Okay.
Just from being angry.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Damn.
saying? So I ended up staying a lot longer, man. But
So basically you one of the ones that turns your time into a nightmare. What they say.
I did that.
Word is born.
Definitely, I did that, man.
Got into a lot of fights.
Yeah. I had a lot. I created everything though.
Right, right.
I ain't never have no problems, man, with nobody. Just,
Hold up, stop right there. My bad. You said you created.
I created it.
So you kind of like you saying as a man like you started
Yeah.
a lot of this.
Yeah.
I respect that.
Yeah, I
But
did.
now I'm sorry. The reason I say I respect that because a lot of men and a lot of people period, they kind of afraid to be like, yo, I was the one that was causing the bullshit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody like to play victim. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to definitely, you know what I'm saying, like salute you. Just be like, yo, I was, causing the issues. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. Because you know, you going through that and you grow through it, you know what I'm saying? Like through experience.
Right.
It ain't nothing nobody can really tell you that, you know, how to navigate through your emotions and your thoughts. You feel what I'm saying?
Right,
Nobody
right.
couldn't tell me how to navigate. Like I had to experience it. So everything that was inside I was angry with being there. I was
Right.
angry with childhood. I was angry
Right.
with like feeling like, you know, I failed. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right,
Like
right.
and just a lot of anger, bro. So, you know, all that just was balled up into one, and I was trying to take it out. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
I didn't know how else to express it. Like I didn't know how to express nothing through no religion, you know, like through just no type of therapeutic means. You feel what I'm saying?
Facts.
So yeah, man, definitely.
So do you feel like, you know what I'm saying, like you grew, or do you feel like, it kind of, because, they definitely say, when you go to prison, it, your mind get held back as well.
Right.
You go in there young, you know what I'm saying, you come out, that's all you remember in the world when you was young.
Right.
But now you in the, you done did some time, you coming back, you gotta try to, bounce back on how to, vibe with the new energy on what's going on out here.
Right.
Was that hard for you?
Man, the
'Cause that's a long time
the
though.
transition was hard.
Right.
The transition was hard, bro. Like I had to figure a lot out because I was behind on time on a lot of
That's
stuff.
a fact.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
So I had to figure some things out. So yeah, the transition was hard. I even felt like giving up. You know what I'm saying? At one point.
Right.
And then, like over time, everything just started, all the doors started opening up that needed to be opened up. And, I ran across, like, I came into meeting, like, different ways of life where I didn't have to be the person that I felt I was supposed to be, if that makes sense. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
No, I understand.
I started, like, going through different avenues and learning different things and meeting different people, you know what I'm saying? And, that kind of changed a lot for me.
Right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? Even when I was locked up, though, like, I started meeting different people that in the beginning I was like, man,
I don't want to meet nobody. Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah.
You talking all this positive shit, man. I don't want to hear none of that.
Right,
like,
right.
I don't care. Like, but after a while, you start experiencing, you go to war, you know what I'm saying? You get tired of war after a while, you go through the drama, you get tired of the drama. It's like, all right, let me see what's going on over here.
Oh
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And that's
yeah.
that's how that went down, man. I started reading.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? I started reading books, bro. I never read books before.
Right,
You
right.
know what I'm saying? And as I started reading, I started becoming like intrigued with different methodologies or method, however you say that.
Right.
But I started becoming intrigued with that. You know what I'm saying? Learning new things, bro. So, yeah, that changed some things.
And that's the growth right there, because you know when you reading, that exercise the brain.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like when you doing push ups and everything. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like every chapter probably like, probably 10 sets or something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Because that's a muscle. Your brain's a muscle, and it definitely, you know what I mean, humble you down. You know what I mean? If you want to be humble,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like a lot of situations where people get themselves into because they get mad. You know what I mean? And you know what is born? You know what I learned? I never knew the difference between like angry and rage.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm talking about like I'm just learning that. Like an old head told me, he was like, "Yeah, you gonna be angry, but you letting the rage go too."
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
oh, okay. When I'm flipping, and I'm tripping out, I'm in rage.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's all right to be angry though. It's all right to get angry.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm
Real
saying?
talk.
It's all right to get angry. Like you can know somebody angry and not even know they angry.
Real talk.
It's the rage.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Everybody experience anger, man. Like even from like, if you get into like scriptural texts, spiritual, like even back then, prophets and all that, flipping tables and all that. Type of
That's
shit
a
like
fact.
that.
That's a fact. They got angry over
something.
something.
That's the emotion.
Yeah.
But what I'm learning to do, and I'm still learning right now, is to like channel it because. It's easy to get tricked out of your freedom. And it's
Right.
easy to get, you know what I'm saying? Like the emotion, the angry emotion inside of me is like, man, I don't give a fuck. I'm not about to let you play with me and nobody's going to, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
But the reality of that is, you know what I'm saying? You're going to always deal with different situations that if I was to challenge everything based on my anger and how I felt, like I wouldn't even
move the mic a little bit.
I wouldn't
So
even
they
be
can see
here
you.
right now. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right,
Like
right.
I wouldn't be able to maintain. So yeah, bro. I've been learning, bro. I'm still learning different things. You know what I'm saying? Man,
What type of exercise you do? Oh, my bad. You said you took what?
I took Cage of Rage, right?
Cage of what?
Cage of Rage.
What's that?
That's an anger management program.
Oh, word, bones.
I took
How
Cage
long?
of Rage.
How long you was there
I'm
for?
about to tell you. So I did that for like 3 months.
Okay.
I had a social worker in jail. Like she was like, I think you need to take Cage of Rage. So I was like, I'm gonna try to cage my rage. I took it, and then after she was like, I think you need Cage Your Rage too.
Right.
I went to the second level, bro. I took 3 of them.
It's 3 levels of that.
It's 3 levels
Of
if
a
you
program.
need it. Of the program if you need it though.
Uh-huh.
Like she felt that I needed to go through the 3 levels.
Right,
so
right.
I went through all 3 levels of Cage of Rage. Man, I got certificates and everything, man.
Word.
And I learned some stuff like just exercising and challenge.
What's a couple exercises you learned?
So I learned first of all to think through whatever it is that's going on that's making me angry.
Like think it through before it go through.
Because my perception could be twisted on what it actually is. It might don't even be what I think it is. You know how somebody can, for example, say something. You might be like, man, dude, just say that.
Yeah,
you know
and you
what I'm
thought
saying?
it through.
Like, but it may not have been meant that way. It was
right.
the way that I perceived it. You feel me? So I'm like, I normally would just snap at it. And now I got to process it and be like, you know what? No, I'm tripping.
Right.
Check myself. You know what I'm saying? Like that's one of the most important things that I learned in there. You know what I'm saying?
And it's called, say it again, it's called what?
Cage of Rage.
No, not the Cage of Rage. You said think it through.
Thinking it through. Yeah.
You know what's so crazy? I had a talk with my mans. Shout out Sam Sneed, you know what I mean? Sam Jacob, my homie, man. And he did a couple anger management programs, and he's just told me about that. And I'm like, yo, what is that? He was like, yeah, you know, they teach you that in there where, you know, you play it out in your mind before, you know, you really do it in actions.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And if you like what you kind of in your mind, if you go play it out, then hey, so be it. But
Right.
like I'm like that's some good work. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't be knowing that. I'm like, damn, I ain't. You know what I mean? Like a lot of stuff, I probably would have thought it out first if I would have. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you know what? Let me contemplate that. You know what I'm saying? And think it out instead of just, you know what I mean?
Real talk.
Tripping.
Yeah, because it's easy. Like it's easy for me to react.
Right,
You know what
right,
I'm saying?
right.
Like I can, like that's what I know to do.
Right.
Because that's how I grew up. But it's like if I do react, like what? So somebody told me this, and I always keep this in my head. You dig? And this was out in Jersey.
Right.
I was in Jersey, and the dude told me this. He said, "You can jump out the window, but you don't know how you gonna land.
Right.
You might land on your feet. You might land on your head. You feel what I'm saying? But you gonna fall. Something gonna happen.
Something
you know
gonna
what I'm
happen.
saying?
You
But
gonna break
you taking a risk. So I feel like that. Like with my anger, like if I just continue to just respond to everything the way that I'm used to doing it, then I don't know how I'm gonna land.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I landed on my head last time. That's why I did the time. Like
Right,
that.
right,
You feel
right.
what I'm saying? So
Do you feel like your anger is like a bad? Is it like hurting you anywhere in life right now?
not right now, no.
So you got your anger control where
Yeah.
you got it down pat.
Yeah. Now
So
I do.
so
I
like
didn't.
so what is exercises that you do if somebody piss you off, a dude or female? Like what type of exercises you use to,
I'll be honest, bro. Like right now, where I'm at in life, I remove myself from the situation.
you just walk?
If I
Cause that's
could, like-
that's the oldness in you.
Yeah, like I remove myself, like because I have the gift of discernment,
Right,
so I know,
right.
like if I can encounter a person and know within the first few minutes if I can be around you, and like I'll
Right,
just
right.
remove myself from it because I don't want to do what I know my anger gonna cause me to do to you. So I'm not even gonna be around. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I try, and in some cases though, you can't even do that because it be like the spur of the moment type stuff.
Right.
But I just measure things differently now, bro. Like a lot of things don't bother me no more that used to bother me. So I
Right.
put myself in certain environments now.
Yeah.
I used to put myself in any environment. Now, like I don't put myself in every environment. You know what I'm saying?
That's good money right there. So you definitely saying like your anger is like not to that high point. You can help somebody with anger. So help somebody give a little youngin some game on, how these young YNs wilding, what type of, anger advice they can get, man. You know what I'm saying?
Listen. Whatever you do, don't let them trick you out of your freedom.
Facts.
You heard me? I'm being 1,000 with you because it only take a few seconds, bro, and then you caught up into a different situation. Don't let nobody trick you out your freedom, bro. Stay out the way. Stay focused on what you have to do and think before you react. You know what I'm saying? So focus on being proactive, meaning like focus on ways that you would deal with different situations that may come to you. You feel what I'm saying? And focus on the money, man. You feel
You
me?
dig?
Focus on the money,
You
man.
dig? Hey man, look man, that was a great little segment right there, man. You know what I mean? Everybody, y'all know where to go to. You want to let them know where to find you at again real quick, man?
Find me on IG, Messiah15, 2 underscores. I'm on every platform too, Spotify, Apple, YouTube, whatever you can think of. Messiah15. JPay, tell your people that's locked up. Yeah, Messiah15 on JPay, you understand? Tell them tap in.
Ha! You dig? Hey man, listen man, that was a great one right there, man. Appreciate you coming,
all
man.
love, brody.
You know what I mean?
You already know, man.
Hey man. So listen, man, we got our next host, our next guest coming up. Pardon me. You know what I mean? So we'll be right back and give us like a little 30 seconds, man. We'll be right back. You dig? Yeah. You dig. We back. Yup. Have another special guest. You feel me? Big E Dawn. You know, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
That's good. It's a blessing to have you here. You know, let them know, about you. Let the people know about you a little bit. A whole lot.
My name is Idani. I go by E or Shakur.
Talk to him.
Y'all can follow me on IG at Shakur. It's HAK.KUR.
You dig? So, where you from?
I'm from Atlanta.
You from here? Okay. So, like, do you have any solutions or do you deal with anger?
I did.
You did.
Yeah.
That's good. That was the past.
Yeah.
You did. Where did it start from?
My childhood.
Your childhood?
Yeah.
For real? Like, youngin, teenager?
No,
like,
youngin.
For
so
real?
I got like a little backstory of it. Like, probably from like the age of like 3 to like 6.
For
My
real?
stepdad used to like molest me.
Oh.
So, and I come from a family of 13. My mama had 13 kids. My mama not close. She don't like me. So, yeah. But I learned to I've been through like 27 foster homes.
For real?
I got adopted at 3rd grade. And it just, I guess like me being in a different environment, I grew up like I had everything I wanted, but I just never found love for her, you know what I'm saying? So I was that girl that looked for love in men. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Right.
But it wasn't never like me just giving myself away. And then I just kind of just found a solution with me having my own kids.
Right.
And then I started seeing I know how I want to be loved, so I love hard.
Right.
I'm a Capricorn.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I love hard for real. But just growing up, I just seen different things. I was missing for 13 years from my blood family because I got my last name changed.
For real.
So yeah, so it ended up being I see why I believe in God.
Stop playing.
So just me growing up, I was always in the church, and I'm not gonna lie, I ain't gonna I always had faith in him because I did lose faith when I started going through stuff
Right.
But it did teach me to be closer to him when I steered away from him.
Right.
'Cause it's we can't do nothing without him.
We can't.
So,
Nothing.
But growing up, it just taught me I got a big heart.
Right.
So no matter what people do to me, I'm always have love for them, and then just you just can't be tit for tat because you're gonna miss out on your blessings.
Right.
And then you don't do it to be blessed either. You just never know who you can touch or who can change, who life you can change because of the person you is. So I work in
That's a fact.
I work in the nightlife industry, restaurant, hospitality.
Right.
I want to open my own restaurant.
That'd be
in
dope.
due time.
Right.
I'm going to open my own restaurant.
Right.
So
I like that.
I don't know. It's kind of touchy. This story.
I mean, it's rough when we, have to go through that, but it's tough when we come out of that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So your story definitely going to be able to always be able to touch men and women because, when you dealing with hard situations like that, it's damn, you know what I'm saying? It's a fucked up situation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's but, it definitely should make you want to go harder. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
because,
kids,
you know what I mean? The best thing you said, you believe in God. So you have that understanding, yo, you know what I'm saying? I don't need nobody but God.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's going to be able to take me everywhere I want to go.
Yeah, and then being in group homes is you see girls like me, pretty girls, I'm talking about, you just know they're going to have a great future.
Right.
But they use their situations to hinder them from being great.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It bring them down, but it ain't never gonna stop me.
Right.
I really thank him for doing what he did because it put me in a better position. Looking at my brothers and stuff, I got brothers in jail right now that's murder charges or you know what I'm saying? They just we use our situations. A lot of people do use. That's why I said anger. Yeah. We use that as a excuse to say why we doing this or why we like that. A lot of people are stuck in their ways, but sometimes we gotta take accountability. And I learned that I was always nah, you know, when somebody trying to tell you to do something or trying to help you, and
You
you
feel
be
like
like, nah,
somebody
that's
trying to
not
tell
me.
you what
It's
to
like,
do.
man, I know what I'm doing, but then it's really just to help you to be better. So, like I said, like I'm really grateful to be in a situation. It's a messed up situation, but I'm grateful because I know how to love my kids. I got 2 girls and 1 boy.
Okay, that's what's up.
So I know how to love my kids, and I'm breaking generational curses. Like my kids gonna know who their grandma is. My kids gonna know our family. Like I'm never gonna let nobody play with them. So
Right.
it's always gotta take. And I feel like the advice I want to give to them is just know you gotta. It starts within. It's nobody else problems or like it's nobody else. Like I can't blame my stepdad for like the stuff I went through. You know what I'm saying? I can't blame my mama for the stuff I went through. I just know I gotta be a better person and a better woman to get where I want to get. Because we're going to dwell on the situation.
Right.
And I'm going to be stuck, sad, in my feelings, crying, ain't going to do nothing.
Right.
Just got to get out of it and keep pushing.
It just, I always like, be known because when you rock with God, you feel like you just get good. You get good voices you hear, and when we go through stuff like that, it's like he always got his hands on us. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know he got his hands on you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so by you even, coming out of that situation alive, you know what I mean? Like, can talk about it with just, off your shoulders, like, you know what? I've been pushing. That's not stopping me. That made me stronger. That made me, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, like, it's nothing but God is going to have you keep on going hard and keep on going strong and focused. You know what I'm saying? Just, you got to stay strong, like being in those situations is not no easy thing just to be like, okay, get over it.
Right. It took time. Because I used to, like, see a shooting star, like, dang, I can't wait to be my mama again. Right. And when I meet her, it's just like, wow. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I still respect her. I still love her.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, like, she pushed out 13 kids. Like, I respect her.
But where you land at?
I'm the 6th. I'm the 2nd oldest girl, and I'm the 6th oldest child.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wow. I mean, like, do you believe in counseling? Going to counseling or anything?
I definitely said I want to try counseling, but just me growing up, being in foster homes, it's like, I seen, like, it's stuff I used to tell counselors in school to where it's supposed to be confidential, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then I go back home to my foster parents, and then I see they know everything I told them. And it's stuff that I ain't even want them to know, like, how I feel about them or, like, how I feel like they treat me, which I believe in tough love, but my thing is, like, those were the only parents I knew. And for us not to be talking, like, to this day, it made me feel this type of way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't never want my kids to feel like they can't talk to me or they got to be scared to tell me something. Right. You know what I'm saying? We got to always be, like, close. So, for sure, I do believe in counseling, but I don't want to do it by myself. I would want my mom there, and I want my 13 siblings there because we all, like, we going through, like, really, like, some trauma for real.
Right.
But I don't judge, like,
right.
I don't judge nothing that we go through. And I feel like we all got to see that. And then a situation like in our family is like alcohol.
Right.
We turn to alcohol.
Man, yo.
But after we sober up,
we realize
the problems are still there. Nothing changed.
You know what? Somebody was saying, right? A guy, he, like how he a good guy and he going to the bar because he got in a fight with his wife or something. And I'm like, yo, like, I had to think, like, how can he even grow?
Right.
Cause remember, they even had TV shows when, the husband, he met at his wife, you go to the bar, cheers, all that type of stuff. You know what I mean? But you still got them problems at home. Like, you're not, the liquor is not, the alcohol is not, helping the problems when it comes to, getting into them situations. All drowning it when you in situations. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of my siblings, like, when they drink, I ain't gonna lie, I'm a fun drunk.
Right.
I don't be mad. I ain't gonna lie, I get, like, kind of loose. Like,
word. That's how I am. I be chilling. I be vibing.
Yeah, my family, they be so angry.
Right.
And they get, like, to where stuff, like, when you drink, people don't realize if you have a problem or if you've been talking about somebody, a drunk tongue speaks a sober mind.
Right.
So people don't understand. Then you wake up and forget, like, oh, I said that, and then you looking crazy, but you can't. Like, you know what I'm saying? So we all got to take accountability when it comes to that. And I've learned, like, I did have my little phase. I was in Texas for 2 years. I had my phase when I was going through with my baby daddy, and we was just I would drink, and I would be so angry,
Wow.
and then I just be like, so when I get mad or something, I don't do it no more.
Right.
Like
right.
I drink when I want to drink.
Because the alcohol gonna make you even.
Yeah, it make you angry and it make you want to fight or like.
And then you wonder why, like, damn, we always beefing.
Yeah, and then.
Not even peeping, like, oh, I just had me a drink. That drink is boosting it.
Yeah, and then because I already know I was talking about you.
That's a
or I already
fact.
know I like felt some type of way.
That's a
so
fact.
now I'm about to put it out on the table, and then now I can't control it. I'm angry.
Now you're going crazy.
Emotions going.
Emotions
you
flipping.
Crying. Like yeah, so that's why I say like if we ever pay attention to bars and stuff, people just like get loose and then
Right.
they get angry. It's because they're really dealing with something inside and they don't know it.
Right.
But we gotta like.
So what's
alcohol is a big like factor in a lot of our lives for real.
It is. What type of solutions you have, like, are, you know, situations you have when you're like, damn, I done tripped out, damn, but now I wouldn't have did that. I probably like situations like with me, like I get into it with somebody and put my hands on them, and I definitely regret it. I regret it a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like I'm going off emotions and I'm not being a man. That because I'm fighting like a man, that don't mean I'm a man.
Right.
Because I'm fighting for a non-cause for number one. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't fighting for God. I ain't fighting for a law at all.
Right.
So what was my point? Because somebody said something to me. So I still feel like I'm good with myself to let myself know like I be doing corny shit if I'm fighting and getting ready to, you know what I mean? Like, why we had to be like that? As soon as another brother come in, we locked up, I'm sizing you up. If you know what I mean? If it's,
and you don't even know why though.
we don't even know why.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, like me, I'm a stocky dude. I'm coming up in the black niggas like, yeah, that nigga he like, yeah, that nigga like a big nigga. I'm gonna have to, you know, like, but I don't think like that. But other brothers told me that, you know what I mean? Like, so I don't know. I'm still dealing with a lot of anger issues. You know what I'm saying? Like, I still, you know, I think I am getting better. You know, on controlling it. You know,
like, it's accountability. You just gotta. But I don't really have situations where I get mad. Like, I just like remove myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, just me being me. Like, if you're around me, you'll know my energy is amazing.
Right.
Like,
right.
I've always been like that since I've been through what I've been through. Like, what I'm angry for, what I'm mad.
Right.
So, I intimidate a lot of people just because of my energy. You're the light in the room. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, I'm not going to get mad because the girl like, oh, you doing too much. Or, look at her, she thinks she all that. I do think I'm all that.
Right.
But
as you should.
Now,
as you should.
I'm about to change your energy.
Right.
Sometimes you gotta change people's energy around you.
That's a
and
fact.
they gonna see
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Just me working in this industry, I have girls, like, I could walk in, it could be like a dude, chains it, looks like he got money, he got a bad girl beside him. I come to the table, she mad at me, she don't even know why.
Right.
But I'm not gonna talk directly to the male. I'm gonna talk to the female. I'm gonna make her feel good. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
You just gotta change. You gotta change people's energy sometimes.
Right.
So.
Right.
Just don't let people make you mad. Don't let them get you out your character, because they gonna remember that, and they gonna come back and they gonna want to befriend you, because they like, dang, they ain't give me that energy.
They ain't give me that energy.
They ain't, you know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't taking my shine away.
That's
You
a
ain't about to
fact.
make me mad. Like,
That's
that's
a
the type of
fact.
time.
Yeah.
I've always been like that. Like, so many people that.
How did you get that power? That's power. A lot of people don't have that.
I'm telling you.
A lot of people don't have that.
I'm gonna just say this, and then that's gonna be my answer. It's been situations that I ain't know how I was gonna come out of it, and I came out of it because of God. So I feel like just me getting closer to God, it helped me in there. I'm not saying I'm perfect.
No,
I still have my times
that's a fact.
where I'm just like, I might shut down on you,
Right,
or
right.
I might just be like, I don't want to talk right now.
Right.
And at times now I'm like, I'm selfish with my energy and with my time with people. I'm not giving it all that. All, like, we can say all good money. All money isn't good money.
Yeah.
So, all energy isn't good energy.
That's a fact.
So you don't want to surround yourself around.
That's a fact. That's a fact. I mean, do you feel like, you know, in this time right now, you know, no type of angry wave can, like, what do you do when anger try to come your way? Or what's some solutions you can give someone that, you know, need to hear some type of game that, you know, hey, listen, I be bugging out, I be tripping out. It could be for a female. It could be for a guy. You know, whatever how you want to give it up.
Communication.
Communication. But saying
Always
somebody.
fight that. Like
Okay.
you can't just always hold everything in, and then
Real quick, right? I'm sorry.
Like
Say if somebody is enraged and they don't have that communication skill at that moment and don't know how to calm down, then what a person will do?
I can't tell you. I don't know. Sometimes it's self control. You gotta have self control. Like we too grown and we too at our big age. Like come on, you gotta have some type of self control. And I do
it
get
happens.
guilty. It does, but it's still self control. I can't just flip out and then don't expect consequences.
Right.
Or I can't flip out. Everybody not gonna be there to like help you. You gotta fight that yourself. So sometimes you just gotta
Right.
think it's accountability. That's it. Everybody not gonna be there to save you. So I really don't know. Like I done been in some situations to where it's like, Idani, you did this.
Right.
Like ain't nobody gonna be there to save you.
Right.
Like
right.
you came in this world by yourself. You gotta leave by yourself. So you flipping out. What is it gonna do? You still gonna have that same problem.
Still gonna have that same.
So it's
problem.
like me just showing out, throwing stuff, or doing this or doing that. It's the same.
But I was telling my people, it be feeling good when you be in that motion though.
Do it.
When you
And
just
then
when you
you
throwing
embarrassed?
shit, yo, well you only embarrassed when it's over.
Yeah.
And plus, if she cool or he cool, and you flip and they just sitting there, and it's over, and they just be like, "You finished now," and you just be like, instead of them flipping, you know what I mean? Now you like, oh man, now.
But how many times do you see people flip out when they sober or not under the influence? You gotta know your limit too. I ain't never just seen
I'm
somebody
saying
just
not,
flip out.
I mean not even just on alcohol. I'm talking about 'cause
Like
people. I ain't even talking about this. Yeah, not even just on alcohol, just regular. Cause they got an attitude problem. You know what I mean? I didn't have them type of. You know.
Yes.
You
I
really.
I can't answer it then.
You
I
know.
can't
So
answer.
like you know, but you know, I like you, man. You got a good vibe, man. You
Thank
know
you.
what I mean? Like, you know, and you one of our strong sisters because a lot of sisters went through what you went through, and to this day they don't know how to be brave like you.
Yeah.
So you bringing a lot of great energy to them, kicking it. You know what I mean? Just by you even coming out and saying it, like y'all gonna have your type of. You know what I mean? Like, oh my God, look how he ain't even asked. She just,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, that, you know, could we deal with stuff like that, you know what I mean? In our community.
Yeah.
And plus, even out of other people's communities, they deal with it too. Not just our community, but, you know, we need to, you know, embrace, you know, the people that been through stuff like that, you know what I mean? You know, because I got family members that been through that, you know what I'm saying? And I'm always on that side. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely, you know, you're a strong woman. You know,
you.
I can definitely see that. You wanna, you know, let the people know, you know, where they can find you at, where you be at, what you doing, how they can contact you.
All right. So currently I'm working at Heroes on Panola. Y'all come see me, get a drink, some food. I am on IG at Shakur SHAK.KUR. Y'all gonna see me. All the women that's out there dealing with some stuff, one day I'm gonna have my own facility so I can help y'all in different communities. So y'all check me out.
Hey, I like that, man. Hey, man, you know what I mean? We'll be right back in a minute, man. You know what I mean? Let y'all know what's going on next. All right?